here we are again.
Yes.
Now, this is Ron, and I'm Brian,
Yeah.
and we're just going to talk about ourselves just for a short time so that you get to know us a little.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about yourself, Ron.
Well, my involvement with the book began when I met you in the village, and I was doing maintenance, and we had a connection through our Papua New Guinea work, and also we had a history from the military, originally from the military, which I think combined to make us like each other for some reason.
That's true.
And our Papua New Guinean, living in Papua New Guinea makes you a different person. In most cases, a better person.
Sure does.
And you can communicate with people and learn to deal with things that are serious in a serious way and not so serious in a not so serious way.
That's
so
right.
I think that is something that we've shown in the book.
That's right.
Is a way of
it's in a
life.
not so serious way.
In the not so serious way, and sometimes
right.
that makes us look at things in a way that's more logical.
Yeah. But you've been worked in other places in the world, haven't you?
Yes,
Ron?
yes. In 1966, we left Australia in the military, and then worked in Southeast Asia, Bangladesh, and we did our long stint was in Papua New Guinea, and so that was where we sort of learned to...
How long did you live in Papua New Guinea?
From 1978 to 1995, so it was near enough to 18 years. 17, 18 years in Papua New Guinea, in different places.
Yeah.
So we had a good feel for the country and enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's amazing that we never met in Papua New Guinea, because 1978 is when Marjorie and I and the children went to Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
So we were there as you were there for the 8 years that we were there.
Yeah. Well, we have got... people that we've met
we've got
know you and
friends that we're each friendly with.
I followed you into a remote area in the Highlands after you'd left.
Oh, that's right.
So that was where our connection.
You
can't enter. So we were up on the Sepik River when we first started there. So we didn't get out much.
No. Well, similarly, I had started life off a little earlier than you, of course.
Yes.
And I served in the 1st Battalion Gordon Highlanders in Cyprus for 2 years. I was just a national serviceman, but I did 2 years in Cyprus. And then went back to school again and became a science teacher eventually. And from there, I got into curriculum development, and that's really where I learned a little bit about writing.
Okay.
And when I retired eventually, quite a few years ago now, I kept writing and wrote textbooks for Papua New Guinea for Pearson education. And good as though that was, it became a little boring for me eventually. And so I thought I'd try my hand at a real book. The real book being the biography of a fella that just lived upstairs here.
Yes.
David Barrett. He would call himself David Digger Barrett. Yes, that's right. Don't forget the digger.
Yes.
And he was a prisoner of war with the Japanese. And even after that, when he survived the war, in later life, in 1986, he led the fight for compensation from the Japanese. So he had a very interesting life.
Yeah.
And I finished that book in 2012.
Yeah.
And just as the book was published, poor old Digger passed away. But the book's still there.
Yeah.
And then you and I, this last year, set to and wrote this book.
Yeah. And it's been very exciting.
That's right.
Yes.
It's some book, I tell you.
Yes.
If you read that book, you're bound to, I think people are bound to find themselves in it, or perhaps a friend that they know in it.
Yes.
You know, maybe not exactly a name, but...
No. Well, neighbours, there are a lot of neighbours in this book.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the
right.
thing.
That's what it's about.
Yes, and I must say, I did read Digger's story and enjoyed it, because I had a connection with my grandfather was a POW on the Burma Railway, so it was very enlightening story you wrote there.
Good.
But this one here is, I think, as we both know, it's a humorous look at normal people doing funny things.
That's what it's about.
And it includes the staff. I think it's a good book for staff to read because they will know the sort of people that are in the village.
Exactly.
And it's good for the residents to read because they'll also get an insight of what staff have to go through. Yes. And
since then, we've known about a lot of other funny stories.
People want to be in the book. They're asking why wasn't I written about in the book? Well, we didn't write about anyone.
No, of course we didn't.
So it was all completely fictitious. So really, the next book will be some real people.
Real people?
Fictitious. No, I've enjoyed it, Brian. It's been a privilege to be able for you to include me in that.
It's been fantastic. Yeah. Great fun. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And you can read more about our book on riotousretirement.com. Thank you.